Hi guys, how are you doing? This is a no makeup, no do nothing to myself day, but I wanted to make this video because I know there are a lot of you out there who feel like I am feeling today, and I just wanted to talk about it. It's a burn and crash day for me. Yeah, that's what I call it, burn and crash day. And I will tell you what I mean by that. This is particularly for people who live alone. Now I know that people who have a partner or are married or are living with somebody, whatever, it can still happen to them. But this is really something that I think a lot of people who live alone experience. They may not admit it, but I am willing to admit it. Yesterday was a wonderful, wonderful day. It was the happiest day, my birthday, and with that I want to thank all of you who came to my birthday video and wished me such wonderful well wishes. You all left such wonderful, kind comments, and I can't thank you enough. It was just heartwarming. Spent all afternoon until it was about 8:15. We left my daughters, and being with my kids and my grandkids was just the happiest day. And I got wonderful gifts, and we had wonderful food, and just being around everybody and enjoying the company, the talking, the laughter. It was a wonderful birthday. I can't even tell you. I was just so happy. And then after my son Nathan brought me home, he stayed and visited with me for a while, which was wonderful too. He left around, I don't know, 10 or so, somewhere around there. And so that was nice to have him stay with me for a little bit after bringing me home. And I was so tired that I just, after he left, I washed my face, did the whole get ready, brush your teeth routine, go to bed. I think I laid in bed for a few minutes before I was ready to pass out, and my dogs were exhausted. I took them with me because my little grandson Jack wanted them there. And that's a big day for them, to be around all those people and the traveling and running around all day, and they're in a new environment, and you know how it is with dogs. And so it was a big day for them. So after my son left, they were on the couch. I mean, they were just like, barely breathing. They were just out. So I went to bed, and yeah, it was a matter of minutes. I had to turn the TV off. I was out. But then I woke up today, and oh my God, this happens to me every time I get together with my kids. It's like what I call crash and burn, where it was so much fun and so enjoyable, and then the next day you come home, like I say, particularly for people who live alone, you wake up and it's like, all alone again. No one to talk to, no one to laugh with, cry with, whatever with. And it's like a crash for me, and that's why I wanted to share this with you, because that's what I'm feeling at this moment. And it was pretty rough when I got up and got my coffee, did the usual, let the dogs out. I sit out back with them, and as I was sitting out there in the morning sunshine, I thought, how weird. Yesterday morning I was in this glorious mood sitting in the sunshine. Today I'm like, oh my gosh, it's over. Everybody's going back to their lives. I'm here alone. And it took everything I had not to cry. So I started talking to myself, finding all the good things in my life, all the good things that I have, all the meaningful things in my life. Where I'm lucky, I literally had to talk to myself to bring myself out of that, on the verge of crying. And it's continued to feel this way. And that's why I thought, you know what, I don't care. I just showered. I don't care if I don't look like I'm all done up. I'm going to make the video while I feel what I feel. And I just wanted to share that with you because I'm sure there are plenty of you who go through that too. It just feels so lonely after you've been with your family. Even if it's just like if my son Nathan comes over, even if it's just him, and we go get something to eat, or we go to the store or whatever, and he sits and visits with me. Well, the next day afterwards, I'm like, oh God, oh man, this sucks living alone. Now I know there are plenty of you who love living alone, so this won't apply to you. I'm not one of those. I have learned to deal with it much better through therapy. I used to see a therapist. I finished with her in March. Yeah, the beginning of March. But no matter how much therapy you get, no matter how much ways you change your thinking and work on looking at life differently, there are still those times. There are still those little times here and there where it's like, oh, it's like a punch in the gut where you feel like, damn it, I'm alone. And it's hard. And especially after getting together with all my kids and grandkids, just seeing their faces, hearing them talking and laughing. Everybody was in such a good mood yesterday. It was wonderful. Everybody talking about everything and you know, laughing, and the kids going on, and it's just so wonderful to share your thoughts, to have conversation between so many people, you know, and the kids putting in their 2 bits here and there, you know. It's just so wonderful. And then you wake up the next day and it's like, oh my God, the silence is, it's almost like deafening. You know, like I got up, I walked into, oh, I always forget to do this, guys. I am such a dork. Let's see. No, that's not the one I want. Okay. Sorry, guys. But, no, I lost my train of thought. But, yeah, it's just, it's such a, I don't know how to explain it. I know there are those of you who experience it too. And there are people who are going to say, oh, well, you should just be so happy. It was such a wonderful day. They obviously don't feel what some of us feel when it's over. And it's not just people who are single. I watched a video just last week of this woman, and she got together with a bunch of her friends, and they spent the day together just doing all kinds of girly stuff. And she's married. And in her video, she admitted, I feel so lonely. After they all went home, she was sitting outside, and she said, because it's a caption, because it's an Asian video, and in the caption she says, I'm feeling so lonely now that my friends are gone. And her husband is sitting inside. So I know it's not just single people, but it's weird how that works. You know, I have tried where when I wake up feeling that way, I'm like, okay, Lori, just be happy that your son was here, that your daughter was here, that your grandson was here, that you got to see your kids, that you this, whatever. And it doesn't work. It's more like I have to just work through those I have to let those feelings be for the day. So I know today is going to be a real downer day. And rather than fight it, I just have to feel it. And I'm doing little things to keep myself busy, you know, like I'm going to do a little laundry, just things to kind of take my mind away, because it was so much fun. I was so happy yesterday, I can't even tell you. I was so happy. It was like, oh, don't let this day end, you know. It was just to see your kids' faces, you know, and your grandkids, and just all of the joy that was there, and it was just wonderful. And then my sister called me from California, and she and her husband sang me happy birthday. And that was nice too. And it's just like the day's over. It's done. I woke up this morning and I thought, I don't even want to get out of bed. I literally, I know I had to let my dogs out. Of course, they were still crashed. It was 8 o'clock. I woke up at 6 and just laid in bed, and then by 8 o'clock, I was laying in bed watching TV, and then by 8 o'clock, they're still totally crashed. They weren't budging. My dogs get all snuggled because I give them a nice puffy blanket area that I put on my right side, and they snuggle together there, and they're in heaven. I mean, they're spoiled rotten. They didn't even want to budge. I even looked at them and said, "You want to go outside?" And they just looked at me like, "Not really." You know, so I laid there a little longer, and then I thought, nope, they got to go out. So they went out, they did their business, and while I was sitting out there with my coffee, I was looking around thinking, wow, what a difference 24 hours can make. And I know that some of you go through that too. I know it's not just me. Especially when you live alone. It's really, really a hard transition to go from the life and the energy and the conversation and the voices and the sounds and everything to dead silence. Even turning the TV on, you know, I right away put the TV on something, you know, I put YouTube on there, and it still didn't work, because you know that it's not an interaction. It's just you watching something on TV. And it's weird how that happens. To those of you that this happens to, boy, do I feel you. I feel you. It's just a crash and burn. And it's times like this when it's like, oh, I do wish I had a wonderful man in my life to just be with, you know, for when that happy time is over, at least there's someone there, you know. I just haven't been lucky enough to find that guy. And I'm not one for roommates. I'm definitely not one for roommates, because I don't believe I would have the patience to deal with. Because there's a difference when you have someone living with you that it's a romantic connection, someone you're in love with. Somehow you're able to, in most cases, not all of course, you know, you compromise, you work through you work through stuff. Let's just put it that way. You work through stuff. For me, with a roommate, I know I'd be like, oh my God, she's driving me crazy with what she's doing. Oh my God, she doesn't want to do this way. You know what I mean? It wouldn't work for me. So yeah, it's times like this where I'm like, gosh, it'd be nice if I had that guy to just go up to and hug him and say, honey, I'm feeling so down today. I really miss the kids. And maybe he'll say something that'll cheer me up, or he'll say, let's go do this together, and we'll get away to get my mind off of it. You don't have that when you live alone, you know. Yeah, you can call somebody to go do something, but you know what I'm saying. Somebody right there, right then. And so I'm just feeling kind of blue today, which is so crazy, because yesterday I was so happy. Just so happy. And like I said, I know there are people who are going to be like, oh my God, how can you think that way? Just be so happy. It was such a good time and this and that. And I am happy. I'm very, very happy it was such a wonderful time. But I'm very, very sad that it's over, and I'm just now spending the next day trying to figure out how to get rid of that feeling, which I really can't. You just got to kind of work through it for the day. And it's like, okay, I'll throw a little laundry in. Oh boy, that's fun. I could go to the store. I need a couple things. I could go to Costco. Oh, that's fun. You know, it's kind of a different world when you live alone, and you try to deal with different situations that come up than when you have somebody around. It's just not. For me personally, I'm just expressing what I go through. I know a lot of you don't, and a lot of you do. But for me personally, it's always been very hard after I visit. It's with my kids. If a friend comes over and they go, I'm fine. But it's with my kids, and being around my kids and grandkids, when that's over, whatever the visit was, it's like, oh God, it hurts so much that it's over. It's just one of those weird things, guys, for me. Tell me down below, do any of you feel that way too? Tell me which ones of you feel that way too, whether you're single or not. After a happy gathering, it just like, dang. And then it's Monday, okay? Which is weird. Here I'm not working anymore. I'm retired. And I still have this mentality of the weekend is different than the week. And technically it's not. Every day's the same in the sense that I'm not working. But I guess from all the years of being a mother and then working, after my divorce and everything, Monday was always the start date for that week of everything. And I still have that. It's even if I don't see my kids, you know, for the week or the weekend, come Monday, there's that mentality. It's like, oh God, it's Monday. I guess it just doesn't go away. I don't know. It's one of those things burned into your brain or something. But I still do it. And I thought by now it'd be over. I know it's been a few years now that I've been retired. I still do it. It's still like, oh, it's Monday. Crap. And I'm thinking, and then I'll tell myself, Lori, what difference is today than yesterday and Saturday and Friday? There, you know, there's no difference. But here I am feeling the Monday blues. And I don't get that. I don't know if any of you experience that are retired, but I don't get that. I still feel it. And then come Friday, when it's getting close to Friday, say it's Thursday, I start thinking, oh, it's Friday tomorrow. Oh, finally the weekend. What is that all about? The weekend is no different than the weekend during the week for me, since I'm not working. You know what I'm saying? But I do. I'm like, oh, the weekend's almost here. You know, and I just don't get what that, I guess it's just this mental, you know, habit from years and years and years of having a schedule and hours and everything, whatever. I don't know. But I get really happy for the weekends, and then I get really, really happy if, you know, one of my kids are going to come and visit me on the weekend. That really makes me happy. I look so forward to that. When, you know, like when my daughter calls and says, hey Mom, I'm going to come over with Jack, you know, for a little bit, blah, blah, blah. Oh, yeah, it just makes me so happy. And I think to myself, how weird is that I look at the weekend as anything different than the week? I don't know. But I'm just feeling pretty down today. Wanted to talk with you because you guys are always wonderful and you always make comments that help me in many ways. My goodness, when I got home last night and saw all those wonderful comments from you for my birthday, I told my son, I said, look at all this. And he's like, well, that's really nice of them. That's really cool of them. It was just so wonderful to read all your happy birthdays and all your comments. It was wonderful. You guys are you're really wonderful. And I want to thank all of you that I didn't get to answer back, because there was a lot. So I'm thanking you all very much with all my heart. And Barbara, yours made me laugh about it's a little harder to get up and you know, move around, that type of thing. That was funny. But yeah, I want to thank all of you. That was just every one of you that left a kind comment. I just thank you. It was a wonderful birthday surprise. I didn't expect that. And so today is just a day of, I took out my gifts, and as I was taking them out of the bag, because we just put the bags on the kitchen table, and then this morning I was taking them out, and I was like, oh my God, oh God, that was so much fun. I was, my brain just goes to this place where it's like, so I had to fight. I was like, okay, go take a shower. Go take a shower, get dressed. So I'm just putting on, I'm not even matching, guys, today. Look what I'm wearing. I'm wearing my pink, white stripes footies, red stretchies or leggings, maroon top. I just grabbed something out of my closet, comfy and relaxing. I don't care. I thought, okay, I'm showered, I'm clean, I'll just throw on some clean clothes. It was weird. I was just like, I just grabbed what was right there. And, because it's comfortable. But yeah, I had to hop in that shower and tell myself, that's it, enough. But it's still there. And my dogs, they're totally crashed. They've been crashed all morning. They went to do their business, came back in, ate, and crashed. I took them out right before I made this video. They did their business. And you ought to see them on the couch. They are just like lumps on logs right now. That was a very big day for them, and they know the stress and the activity of it for them was, that's a lot for these little dogs. And then I forgot to take their dog food. So smart for dinner. So, well, the poor things, I ended up giving them hamburgers. Just the meat, not the bread and everything else. Yeah, I just ended up giving them all hamburgers. They didn't seem too sad about that. So they were pretty happy getting those hamburgers. But, yeah, guys, it's just kind of a tough day today. And I just feel good when I share with you because I know that there are a lot of you that can relate to some of the things that I have in my videos, and I know that a lot of times people won't admit that they're feeling really lonely or that they're having a tough day because they feel like somebody's going to criticize them and, oh, come on, toughen up, you can be, No, there are days when we just feel like crap, and today's one of those days for me. It's like just this, you go from this high to this, you just drop, and you're like, dang. It's a drop. Especially, like I say, living alone, it's much harder. Because you have no one, the next day you don't have anyone to share that experience with, maybe talk about it, like, wasn't it fun? Or, did you see this? Or, what so-and-so said? Or, you just chat about what the day was. You don't have that. So you're just left alone with your thoughts of the happiness of that day, and maybe talking to yourself or your dogs, I don't know. The only thing is they don't answer, and that's kind of a bummer. I wish they could talk. But, yeah, guys, I just feeling a bit blue today, and I'm going to light my candle. My son Nathan got me a whole set of lilac stuff. I love lilac, so he got me all this different stuff with lilacs scent. And he got me a Yankee candle that's lilac. So I'm going to light that to fill my house with the beautiful smell of lilacs, because that's my favorite flower in the world. And try to add some spirit, some warmth, whatever, to coziness, I should say, to the house. I'm going to light all my candles because I'm just feeling blue. And I've even been sitting here thinking, what should I do to take that emotion out of my head, and I really can't. So I guess I just got to go through this day and then start tomorrow and get back to normal. I don't know. Tell me if you guys ever feel that way. Because I am right now. I'm feeling really blue, and that's why I don't care what I look like. I really don't. As I've told you in my other videos, you're going to see me how I am, done up, not done up. It's what I feel like it's when I record, it's what I feel like, and I'm not going to worry. I'm having a rough time right now. It's sunny and bright outside. We're supposed to get some strong winds this afternoon, but it's sunny and bright. And can you believe that? I'm even looking forward to the strong winds. At first I was upset about it because I cleaned my porch beautifully. I cleaned everything on it. And there are times when you live alone, you look forward to anything. I was like, well, when the winds come, you know, it makes you want to snuggle up and cozy up in your house, you know. You look forward to the weirdest things when you live alone. And weather is one of them. Like if they say a windstorm's coming, I'm like, oh, time to get everything all, you know, anchored down outside, time to get ready for that storm to come. It's something you look forward to. Not horrible storms, of course. That's I'm talking here where I live. We don't have horrible weather, thank goodness. I love it here. And I'm very grateful to be here. We don't have extremes in weather. We don't have extremes in, you know, we don't have earthquakes and hurricanes and typhoons and tsunamis and tornadoes and all these terrible weather things I see across the country. We don't have that here, not in Albuquerque. I sometimes complain about the weather, but in reality I am extremely grateful for where I live. No humidity, no ocean. I hate the ocean. I'm very, very grateful for where I live. I can't even tell you. We don't have extremes, and I'm very grateful for that. But even when the weather's going to change, it's like something to look forward to. Because when you live alone, there's a lot of things that you do. You try to find something to look forward to, because people have their lives and they, you know, they can't always be with you. And so today, this is one of those days where I wish I could be like my dogs. I wish I could go lay down and crash for about 5 hours. Unfortunately, I can't nap. I've never been a napper. I look at them and they're so peaceful. It's not even funny. But yeah, so anyway, guys, just had to share this with you. I'm kind of feeling bad today, and I'm trying to think of what to do for the rest of this day. It's only 11:30 right now in the morning, which means I've got a whole dang day to get through with this kind of emotion, and it's not easy. I miss my kids so much. I wish they were all living right next door to me. I'd be so happy. I miss my kids and my grandkids so much, it's not even funny. I really do. But that's life, unfortunately. So anyway, I'm going to end this here. I rattled on long enough. But yeah, it's just what I'm feeling today. And again, thank you for all your wonderful, kind comments. You all are just reading those. I even read those this morning, which helped. I read them last night, but then I read them again this morning, and it helped. And I really do appreciate it. I really do. So anyway, I'm going to go figure out how to get through this day, guys. I think I'll make another cup of tea, or a cup of tea. I already had coffee. I'm going to make a cup of tea and try to figure out how to get through this day without... you know, I'm going to try. So talk to you guys later, and I hope you're having a better day than I am, or night, wherever you're at. So I will talk to you later. And hey, Roxana, you in England there, she was kind enough to give me her name because she has some letters or whatever, I don't know, but she gave me her name. And she's a sweetie too. All of you, you're all wonderful. Barbara, all of you. And Julie and Miss Cavalier, yes, she's a sweetie. So you guys take care. Colleen, I hope you're doing well. You guys take care, and I'll see you in my next video, and hopefully I'm feeling better. Have a good one, guys, and let me know if you go through this too. That would help me too, that I'm not all alone in my weirdness. So talk to you later, guys. Bye-bye.